Welcome back, ladies and gents. It is time for map 2 between NiP and Fnatic here at ECS.
If I ever see a close-up on my face like that, I'm just leaving.
That's it.
That's a wrap. That's done. Never do that again.
Guys, it's time for Dust 2. Janko, give me the thoughts. Give me your thoughts.
Well, as we mentioned previously, this is Fnatic's pick, and I think that they're really favored on this map, seeing how NiP performed on it the past couple of days. But the thing is, with NiP's performance recently, is that they've been losing so many pistol rounds, and it's so hard to, get your way back into the game. Or maybe I should put it this way: it's much easier to get a lead if you have the pistol round as well, because most of the times they lose the pistol round, they're down 3-0 or 2-0, and then they manage to string a couple of rounds together. But imagine with pistol round, they would be up 5 or 6-0 because they win consecutive gun rounds, and then it's much easier for them to play their game, right? To play what they're strongest at, to mind game their opponents, and so forth. So I think that, yes, Fnatic is favored here, but if NiP actually starts winning some pistols, then they can bring it back as well.
It's kind of weird that that is the main thing, isn't it? Because I actually recall seeing them doing very well in pistols for quite a while, and now all of a sudden it seems like, is this actually becoming a trend? Is this actually happening now, that they're just losing all the pistols? Is that actually a thing? Is it just random? Is it just variance, maybe? Like an extreme degree of variance, an outlier?
I mean, pistol rounds always have a degree of randomness attached to them, right? Because there's not a lot of grenades in play. It mostly comes down to, aim duels and people hitting their shots, which is something I hate saying, but it's basically what it is, right? If a CT player is defensive towards car with a USP and the T's are going cat, if he gets 3 headshots, the round is probably won. If he doesn't kill anyone and dies, they plant the bomb, the round is probably lost then.
All right, well, it's time to see who will hit their shots and win the round.
I hate you.
Hitting those shots. Let's see who will do that. flusha makes his way around the corner, but he has many players chasing him, makes the wise decision to jump down onto the slope while a teammate smokes off the position. So the aggression from Fnatic has been extinguished for the time being. NiP will be going for a bit of a split here. You see Forest moving over towards long. Well, there is a pretty solid hold of short. They're going for a run boost here. Seems it's all about the run boost now, but this one's going to completely fail. KRIMZ on the site itself, going to pop out late, but he will not get any headshots here. JW will get taken down as well. 3 for 3 so far for NiP, and it looks like they might actually win a pistol round.
Let's not call it just yet, though. You never know. There are a couple of flashes in the kit on wenton, and Dennis is alive. Seen crazier things. Here we go. Dennis, really good looking. There we go. Friberg, though, able to take down wenton already, and able also to clean up the remaining player in Dennis. So that is that for Fnatic. NiP will actually win their pistol round, and that's going to feel like a huge relief for them, because especially that's going to happen on their T side, which is the more important of the 2 sides for them in that regard, as we tend to echo. So we got the scout, we got the Mag 10, Galil. Expect to see a bit of passive play, and then perhaps either the B rush or the long rush. That tends to be the anti-eco that is the most optimal on this map.
Fnatic moving around, seeking information. 2 HEs in the hole. So we have similar straps coming out from both sides with their HEs on the CT side. A patient NiP so far. Will we see a pop flash for Pit to go for a peek? He has got an AK, so might be ill-advised regardless. There's a pop flash. And then again, they know the danger of having him push alone with the AK, so they will keep him on a leash for the time being. They'll very silently move up short. One of the quieter pushes onto short there.
Yeah, and we've got the Molotov there for the sites, and actually doing the anti-eco onto Catwalk. So the cool thing about this is that you'll see this much less, but NiP have shown that they've got some great Dust 2 strats. It's one of the reasons why they picked this map so much, and they had some new stuff that they've been working on, and that's variation to what is, as I said, the expected play in this round, which is either going towards B from dark or going towards A from long. Instead, they go through mid into Catwalk. That's a very nice mix-up to have. It's going to make it harder for Fnatic to gamble, and pretty nice little little catch there with a burst of Get Right on the Mag 10. And he's going to finish off the remaining players, making a lot of money with his Get Right. 3 kills there with that. That's going to be $1,800 there for him in just mere kill reward. See if JW can get something with the Deagle. Everyone's alive here for NiP. This is a really, really big deal. Going to completely clean round with the SMGs claiming many lives. And they'll move 2-0. And now Fnatic on another eco. And I do like from Fnatic as well, they respect NiP's ability to anti-force buy, so they don't even force buy. We saw a very economic play, and they're going to do it again. I like that a lot.
Right, so the scout continues here for Forest. We'll see if he can make any connections with people's faces. And again, this is a relatively default setup from Fnatic, but on a pistol round. 2 towards long. We'll leave 1 over towards long. I think we have a bit of a creep towards... No, we don't. It's 2 in CT. So a bit of a crossfire. I wonder if one's going to be facing the wall, because surely they expect the pop flash to come in. Indeed, Pyth will take down the first. Not going to overextend. That is a very nice position indeed for Pyth to take down JW.
He expects the trader to come in, so really smart indeed. It's that level of detail, James, which makes your team great.
Indeed, so slowly and surely, obviously, NiP with their backs to the wall, going to make sure they make no mistakes whatsoever. I love that grenades. Don't see that often enough for that position. Flusha forced away and Get Right's going to fly through, but it's one of those times where you check, but you don't really check, and then you go back and it's too late. Flusha and KRIMZ, last man standing. KRIMZ with the Mag 10. Ooh, Flusha.
What?
That is disgusting. Oh man, I know the Vax spam is going to be in the chat right now, because that is brutal. That's
what?
Absolutely brutal.
James, through the doors, there's metal doors.
That's one of the
impenetrable metal doors with a Deagle. That must have been 2 headshots.
I think the first one was. I'm surprised it didn't kill him with 1 shot, actually. But that's one of the more absurd things I've seen from Flusha. 2 men down for NiP in the meantime, but no guns have been rescued here by the other Swedes. Flusha falls for his sins, and KRIMZ has nothing to lose here, basically. Not even this Mag 10. Will come in and try and get a bit more bonus money, but there is no money to be had. Xizt will finish things off.
And because of all those saves, James, there might be double orb. Please, please, yes, come on, double orb. Come on, come on. Yes, yes, there it is. JW
Holy
waited.
winning is real.
He waited because I was wondering about that, because obviously, oh wow, JW's got an HE smoke and a flashbang instead of Kevlar. I mean, that's really interesting. That he's going to get the frag there with the timing.
He's a team player, Dan.
I mean, it does make a lot of sense in many ways not to have Kevlar on an AWP player, because if you're a smart AWPer, you know your angle super well, you can prevent yourself from being in spots where you're going to be getting tagged. You want to be able to shoot first. If you're in those spots, then you don't need Kevlar.
You get naded.
You can get naded. That's the
Then
one.
you gotta get wrecked.
That's the biggest risk, I guess. But JW's going to kill 2 people, James. He cares not for your nades. He cares not for your nades.
JW needs no Kevlar. He needs no blasted Kevlar.
Keep your Kevlar away from me.
So there's a gap to play with. He could take the high ground on it, but that might be more common. A spot to be checked by the T's. So NiP hamstrung by a naked AWPer here in CT spawn. They will move for a B push. This may normally be a B split. That is a perfect Molotov. I don't think he can even jump on the red position now. But how long is Get Right safe here for? I don't think he's safe that long. And NiP are banking on their players making it into the tunnel on time, but they're not going to do that. So it's a 2 versus 4 now. Both players coming in from the tunnel, and wenton found the toy to play with.
What? How did that not hit? That's crazy. And that might just be the difference. NiP still down a man to go into the site for the plant, but what is this? Flusha there with a nice little peek into the headshot, and we've got Xizt there. 1 versus 3, looking to find the shot there, stressing out a little bit, and it's going to be Fnatic able to pick up the round there. Flusha with a very expert kill, and wow, I mean, what a great round from JW, from Fnatic in general. That was kind of reminiscent to me of Fnatic of old, just able to do a lot there in very difficult spots, with JW picking all over the place. So that does bode well for them in this series. Now, the double up is actually lost for Fnatic, unfortunately for them, but this time JW does have armor. which is a cool.
That short plant. Short plant, not a short plant, Dan, it's a short smoke. You cannot plant the bomb on Xbox in mid. That I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. So very slow. I feel like if NiP had won the first map, we would be seeing faster rounds from them, but I really think they're being super meticulous here. All things considered, what is on the line here, the playoffs to make it into the ECS finals at Wembley Arena, also known as the SSC Arena, but really it's Wembley Arena. Always will be. Sorry, guys.
By the way, the planting on Xbox thing, if this was Nuke, I'd be like, oh, is he right? Can he do that if it was Nuke? Because, James, that map is, well, let's not talk about that map. Time for Dust 2, it's time for the nades. The set piece we saw, although that Molotov, I think, they don't have the Molotov for the box, which usually is very good in removing flusha from the position that he's killing people from in this angle, but still, NiP doing a good job here, but it's going to be KRIMZ to take advantage of the side of the smoke, able to take down Pit as the bomb goes down for short for the NiP side, and Fnatic needs to try to get themselves back on the position. In goes Dennis against Forest, and now it's down to Xizt, half health for the clutch, as he has to look two ways, and he will fall through on the first 1 versus 1, and Fnatic will win a round again. Picking up both of the AWPs, so back on the double AWP again, and that's good to see. It's always fun. The Super Roll Fnatic NiP clashes, James, on this map, they would always play this map in a best of 2 or best of 3, and there would always be 2 AWPs versus 2 AWPs. That would always happen.
Glory.
And it was always awesome.
Glory to be had.
Yeah, it was the thing I would always look forward to, the double AWPs on both sides on Dust 2.
Well, again, we have a close start from both of these sides. Xizt with a bit more money than the rest. And indeed, he will buy up an AK and have lots of money left in the bank. So he's still close to average with his teammates. So what can Xizt do here? I don't know what kind of spawn he had, or if he's going for a fast play. There were some times you could see, if you had the best spawn for B, you could get halfway through the tunnel into B before a CT would face you, should they choose to do that. Obviously, most of the time, CTs will go for the nades or position further back. So it's not really that favourable, but always good to know your spawn timings. Xizt looking for the entry now, looking for CTs who are hunting for the alternate angle through double doors, and he will find it just about. No one else has got Kevlar though, which makes this interesting because Xizt has got 2 HP, so he might as well not have any Kevlar also at this point, and he'll give the AK to Friberg. He'll give it to Forest. Bit of pistol switching, so trying to make the best. I like it. Friberg's got a deagle now.
It's hot potato, but Forest has the oven gloves, James.
So you never see Mousesports do this though. You'd never give the AK to Nico. You'd leave him with the UMP.
Why would you do that?
Why have an AK, Nico, when you can have this shiny UMP?
Well, it is time now for the push. Fnatic have been very patient. They lost flusha. They lament the loss, but now it's time for revenge. Revenge is a dish. Best served with an AWP, James. We have the AWP. JW taking down the first player. More to follow, though, but the smoke is down to prevent things from being all that easy for JW. But he's going to find an angle. I don't know that he got the shot there. I think he tried to shoot the planter. Indeed, he did. It's on 2 HP, but that's Pit there. He's not been tagged by the AWP. Oh, well, maybe he has actually been tagged a little bit. He's been a little bit low. Down 25 HP. JW spawning another player. That is the AWP, the AK gone. And looks like this is going quite well here for Fnatic. Taking them down one by one, allowing them to plant, and that will be that. Where do you play on Dust 2, James? What are the positions you like to play?
I like to play B. I like to play long.
I like to play A. I like to play B.
I don't mind playing short of an AWP, but it depends. Most of the time, like in a pug, people think they know how to play Dust 2 down, but they don't actually know.
I play top mid.
Most people think they know how to play Dust 2, but they have no idea. In terms of team play, there is none.
Ooh.
They just go for jewels.
Here it is.
What is the objective here? What is he trying to do? I don't understand. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Just playing with fire. Some of those guys who go around the top, they dance on the top of buildings in Russia and things like that. But he's got a battle for long here, which is being won by Xizt almost single-handedly.
Yeah, it's the 4 versus 3 now after all is said and done. Mostly just done though. There's not much talking going on, just fragging. And the 2 AWPs still alive for Fnatic, but they're going to find themselves at trouble with rotation. They're going to solve that by pushing Dark and getting a man into T-spawn. So this is a pretty big play, but the problem is with JW, he's really at risk. He's going to get taken down there by pyth. That's unfortunate for Fnatic, as but wenton back in for the frag, but again, 2 versus 3, so a doable retake situation, but Dennis really has to find his way into positioning, and to do so, he will have to challenge into A-long, and does he want to do that? That's he does have full grenades, so he does have the ability to do this. Doesn't have to peek dry, doesn't have to go in there raw, as we so often see Forest doing on the A-long, but he will get taken down a little bit too slow. Xizt is all over it, and that will be the round, I should think, for NiP. There it is, 4-3, and Fnatic have done a good job in winning rounds back, but their economy never was quite secured, having lost that pistol round initially, so they have to actually eco here. I want to see double ops again, James, on the CT side. I want to see it. I want it. Give it to me.
Well, it might be a while because economies are proving to be difficult. What wenton is going for the hero play with the Deeg, but people coming in from lower, which maybe flusha can take care of. The Fnatic are actually interestingly positioned based on the positions of these Ts. 2 frags coming in, flusha and Dennis getting some kills here, and JW's picked up an AK, as has Dennis. This is turning into a bit of a mess here for NiP. A very nice snap onto wenton. Can he take down a short player as well? Running out of bullets, and JW will finish him off with a P250.
It would appear, James, heroes never die. NiP losing out so far, and as Friberg can clutch this one with 8 points of health. He's got to reclaim the bomb as well. He does have time, but the CTs realise. And how on earth did this happen? We might get those double offs coming straight back in here because the money was pretty good before they won the round, and with that eco, and now they also picked up an AWP. So
that happened in about 15 seconds.
it did, and we have the double ups, so I'm happy. I don't care, James. I just like to see double ups on the CT
Barely
side.
enough time to leave spawn. Savage. So
Oh my god,
that was even more savage. It's really NiP having a lot of problems with the anti-ecos versus Fnatic. They are definitely causing the bedlam and thriving in it, like bacteria in a warm environment. In a warm and damp environment, the bacteria is thriving. Not to say Fnatic are bacteria, but you could say that eco players are bacteria, Dan, when you have a bite.
you could just have used it as a simile. It is like they are bacteria. Here we go. It's time for more of the AWP.
I guess in a way we're all bacteria.
There's bacteria on us all the time.
That is true.
And probably all kinds of parasites. So here is NiP moving up catwalk, looking to get themselves into position onto that A-bomb side, but they must do so. Well, actually, sorry, just Friberg there, looking to harass the A-bomb side. Oh, we got the boost here over the smoke, and get right, we'll see absolutely nobody. So nobody's looking. Of course, you do have to be quite diligent because players can be behind those crates and be popping up and down, initially hidden until not. And Gerrit's going to take down one player. But Dennis, though, with that AWP, he's doing some damage from the back lines of the B-bomb site. And it's just Gerrit left now. Everyone else is dead. He's going to be able to take down Dennis. But there's still much more work to be done. Oh, this angle. How did they not get that? That looks so perfect, as if it was fated to be. But no, Gerrit needs to go for the plant here. He might actually even pick up the AWP. I don't know what the hell he's going to do to try to save this round. 3 players oncoming. He doesn't know how many from which position. 2 coming from upper dark. He gets the pop onto JW. Long range on CT. Gerrit looking for the clutch. Oh, he might just get it, but not quite. It's KRIMZ who saves the round for Fnatic at the end. But insane amounts of damage done by Gerrit, the one and the only Christopher Alesund. But the defuse is in, and Fnatic will win the round. Very back and forwards. Despite the streak that we see from Fnatic here and there, this has been a pretty. There's a lot of close situations in this matchup. It's been pretty exciting, and again, double up still reigning in for Fnatic. As NiP now with 1 save, they can get some pistols in there due to the bomb plants. That's nice. Might see. I wonder if we'll see any run boosting play to get the bomb down on short or something. Or they could all die on A long, James. They could all be massacred.
And lambs to the slaughter, Dan.
I love lamb.
Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Oh lordy. Oh lordy lordy. 2 men down. Friberg stuck behind blue. Friberg is no more. Get right. It's like, nope. He's out of there. Nope. Ooh. pyth's got himself into a strong position where the flash comes in and he's going to get taken down. So very nice play by Fnatic. There was potential there for pyth, but it was cruelly stolen away, Dan, by the opposing Swedes. Swedes versus Swedes.
His potential wasted away as if he was in an unfair education system, James.
Ooh, the short plant.
Just
Short plant
like me.
potential here. Short plant potential. Get right, can go for the plant, but he seems to want to go for the frags. Smart boy, and Molotov would have stopped the plant from coming in. And that's going to be that. Not much more to say. 2-round lead for Fnatic. So close. Both in score, both in also in economy.
The thing here is that, we talked about NiP winning a lot of this, having to win these pistol rounds, it's becoming a thing now, they're not winning the pistol rounds. They do actually win a pistol round here, but even so, on their T side, Fnatic is proving quite troublesome. Forest, though, surely he gets this. Oh, that was very close. Very nice baiting there from JW. Goes for a second bite, but he is the one that is bitten down, that is chomped by the Forest. And now Fnatic likely going for a reactionary play. But you kind of want to get a little bit of delay in there before you go for the reaction, because it can be expected, and looks like it is expected. We do have a man in towards T-spawn watching over the dark area as the push came in from Fnatic, and he's going to be able to take down one of the pushers. That is Xizt, I believe. Yep, and just Dennis on the angle. And Xizt is going to actually shoulder his way into the AWP of Dennis, so giving away the advantage slightly, but they do have the A bomb sites basically about to be taken with these nades. There's not much that can be done to stop this take from Fnatic's perspective. I don't know what they're going to do in this round. Will they just save? I mean, it's a 3 versus 3. They're probably going to go for this. And I mean, especially considering flusha was able to take down Forest there. So here they go. But are they man enough, James, for the retake? Are they man enough?
They have a few nades to deal with here, but the close play from pyth might be a problem. We've got counter flashes though from the CTs. That's going to allow Dennis to get close, and he's going to get the frag with a take 9 no less. But Friberg in the sneaky spot is going to be a huge problem. But he's got 2 plays to deal with now, and they've both got kits. Jumping KRIMZ coming in, and he's got to deal with flusha as well. That's a nice set by Friberg. Very patient play, playing the clock. Has flusha got enough time? I think he might just about have. Indeed, he's got enough time.
He's got plenty of time.
Yeah. He's got all the time in the world.
Oh yeah, he's fine. He's completely fine. This is a really crazy comeback from Fnatic in that sense, because they're crushing NiP at the moment. I mean, NiP are making it. I mean, let's look at it this way. NiP, they won the pistol round. They got the initial 2 to 3 rounds under their belts, and then boom, Fnatic is straight back in there. They lose one, but they keep. They're continuing to be able to get these double ops out. It was much to do with that round that they won with the pistols, which was very unlikely, but they made it happen. Fnatic style, and now NiP are going to need to do much for very little. A team that's good at that, but JW is on a very great angle for the unreturnable frags. There is no return for NiP. There is just a loss. And JW will continue to be working on those losses. Actually just barely missing that quick flick, but Friberg able to take 2 players down very quickly there. The third on the spray. Friberg is really being very, very strong in some of these 1 versus X situations in this series. Sword on Cash, seeing it again here on Dust 2. And now Dennis needs to go for that 2-man retake. Can he do it? The sole player on 25 HP and an AWP against 2 AK-wielding terrorists. Here he goes. Dennis looking for those initial angles. Get right. Will he be caught off guard here? It's so much down to the timing. Oh! Dennis gets the shot. It's going to cap Get right straight away, and now the smoke can come out here to cover the defuse, and he will likely just go for the hold here. Actually, he can't find the bomb. There it is. And Friberg's trying to get the spray in, but he can't quite find Dennis. He's not able to shoot him. Dennis gets himself the defuse, and the long plant is foiled by 1 kill and a smoke from Dennis. The clutch is good, and Fnatic are on 8 rounds now. That was not a round NiP really could have afforded to lose, considering how strong Fnatic are right now. Their CT side is looking like it could be very difficult, because Fnatic could still, get themselves 1 or 2 more rounds at the very least. Let's see if the bomb plant and the additional economy lent to NiP due to the bomb plant can help them get back into this one. Get Right's Xbox smoke there from outside long. And KRIMZ looking to potentially push here. Get Right's on the angle though. Going for the flash, and they will hear the jumping, which will probably offset them if they wanted to peek him. Hearing that jumping is definitely not going to be an encouraging sign if you want to peek through those doors. Better wait. Better to wait. And wait they shall, as NiP do. Playing a much slower round. And Get Right will now be leaving. And look at the timing there from Fnatic. They're going to hear Get Right running away, and now they're going to push. Beautiful stuff here from Fnatic. And now you can see that it might very well be the play that completely destroys NiP with this flank. We'll have to see. Get Right is not there, not looking. They're expecting a player to be down there. I think Fnatic have read the play. flusha gets right through the smoke there. Dirty stuff as usual.
JW gets his knife out just at the wrong time, but KRIMZ will make the save here. So 5 versus 2. Fnatic with perfect timing, picture perfect timing. And we may not even see a bomb plant here. But he's just trying to do something about it, but he's carrying the bomb as well. Down on short now. Pit with no response just yet. Well, flusha's gone down, but he needs a lot more than that. wenton coming in from underneath. And Fnatic starting to run away with the first half.
Fnatic are just playing really well right now. I've got to say, generally overall, they're playing really well. And they're winning some of these key clutch situations, which hurts the economy of NiP. Does give them some slightly favourable situations here and there, and more buy rounds to play with. But they're playing them well, and NiP again forced to a spot where they don't really have many grenades, and they got only 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs. They have the AWP on Forest though. How are they going to try to break this round with 2 smokes? We'll probably end up seeing a B split, I think. And that would actually be a great play if you look at the CT setup right now. Their rotation from A to B is very, very long, and middle is very free at the moment. So a B split would be an ideal play for them here. But are they able to get that info?
Short smoke goes down, and NiP will move immediately. They don't have much left in the name of grenades, though. 2 flashes and a smoke. Maybe inspired by Friberg. Fnatic taking some of the alternate positions over towards the A site here. The double nade! Oh, that is supremely meaty. And there's a meat feast, and NiP will move away from it. They don't want to be the main course of this banquet. So what a retake of short here. Not every day you see that kind of play coming in.
No, Fnatic seem to be really, really tuned into the match, making amazing decisions and being very, very ahead of NiP in a lot of these spots. Before NiP can really get something going, Fnatic are already making moves to dismantle whatever they're planning. It's brilliant to watch. And Forest is going to get picked off there by Dennis. So much comfort here from Fnatic. It is really tough here for NiP. I mean, what do they do? The bomb plant is going to be pretty much impossible now, and Xizt is going to walk into his death. And that is the 410. This is a crazy dominant showing right now. So dominant from Fnatic. And I'm really impressed, I've got to say.
Well, last round, and NiP can muster 2 AKs and a Galil, and the other 2 will be on pistols, Deagle and Tech9 onto Pit and Get Right respectively. Double ups continuing for Fnatic, so NiP are definitely going to be up against it. Fnatic looking so strong at the moment, and it's great to see, just for their own sake. While Olaf Meister is just biding his time in a throne somewhere, just in the shadows. That we have wenton putting in work for the side, and it's great for wenton's future career, assuming Olaf Meister comes straight back, as one would expect.
Absolutely.
So NiP looking to execute over towards A. This time it'll be a lot faster. No flank coming in from the Fnatic side on this occasion. JW missing the first shot. Flashes coming in as well, and the CTs will be forced to retreat in both directions. So this is going to be a bit of a delayed retake. Get Right playing for a different position actually on the flank here, but he's still lurking, but he goes completely blind. Unfortunately for him, Xizt trying to do something about it, but he'll go down. That's one of the AKs.
And you can see that they flash their way into middle. Again, they know that NiP have so much time to set up because they've given the site for free. Then NiP can be playing these very annoying Fnatic, able to get a really strong retake in. And again, it's smart play. They realize, all right, again, respect, maybe not each other, but respect the takes of the bomb site there, the way that NiP set up the grenades. Don't fight against it. They know that they have an advantage if they hold on to long for the retake, and you can see that they flash their way into middle. Again, they know that NiP have so much time to set up because they've given the site for free. Then NiP can be playing these very annoying spots outside of the bomb site towards catwalk because they don't have long. So where else can they be? So the flashes go in, they get the kill on get right. Then all of a sudden they're on catwalk with 2 or 3 players. They got the 2 players on long still, and they just push in together. And I mean that's how you do it. And it's brilliant that they just in the moment decided, okay, we're not going to challenge the site. We're going to do a proper retake. Again, it's the last round. Getting a bomb plant, that doesn't help Fnatic. Doesn't help NiP getting a bomb plant. So very smart play in that sense from Fnatic. 11-4. It's all Fnatic right now. NiP, they need a resurgence, and it needs to start right now, James.
It does indeed, with the pistol no less. So NiP with only 4 rounds on the board. We've seen a lot of 11-4s recently. NiP on the wrong side of them on this occasion. Fnatic making no qualms about just charging up towards the short position, going for a very basic push to the A side, but is it going to work out for them? Hits on the P2000 there with the first kill. JW take down Xizt, and Pitch still popping more heads. Forest coming in as well, so NiP rising to the occasion for the moment, but there's still 2 players alive here for Fnatic. Dennis getting tagged from various directions, tries to plant the bomb, can't do so, leaving flusha alone on long. Is his position known though? Seems that it might be. Get right, and Forest moving all the way back in CT spawn to circumvent the 1-shot range of the gun and keep themselves with the advantage. So far, so good.
Yeah, absolutely. And it goes to that. It's funny how much variance there can be in these pistol rounds. For example, there was a spot there where I can't remember which player it was, when there's 2 versus 2 and the bomb was pickup of the bomb came in. The bomb was in a spot where, if that bomb had been on that player, he can get a safe plant, actually. That's where you can't jump and peek him, and then all of a sudden flusha doesn't have to push. So it could have been very different. But instead, it's the other way around. NiP get a good chance here to start off well, and we get the 5 Deags with armors, James. They're actually going all... This is so interesting, and they're going to force it up with all Deags, all Kevlars, all helmets, and there's no nades, really. Don't see that every day.
You certainly do not.
I like it though. I like the 5 Deags. Can't lie. I like this a lot. I feel like we're at the Colosseum, James. We want the bloodshed with those Deags.
We just want to see people get impaled, Dan.
Throw the lines in there.
Let's do it. I want to see lances. Oh, it's a nice pick by Friberg. Meanwhile, the bomb's gone down on short, and almost everyone's dead for Fnatic. KRIMZ alone. Only Xizt has been taken down so far. And we've seen NiP recover from significant deficits, although I would say this is a stronger team than some of the recoveries we've seen them do of late. So it is probably going to be quite a considerably tougher task, but not impossible by any means.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be definitely a lot tougher than against some of the other teams that will maybe make some more mistakes. For example, FaZe, really good team individually. You will see a bit more mistakes though from them. Generally speaking, Fnatic, that's the problem with them. Great individual team. They play a little bit better at the spots at most spots than FaZe will. So you'll see generally less mistakes from Fnatic overall. So it will be a lot harder to abuse, and especially if they continue to play confidently, as we've seen. And if they're going to buy 5 Deagles, armor and helmets like that, I definitely think they're feeling confident. NiP do eat it up though, and we get more Deags here after the bomb plant for Fnatic, looking for those 1-shots. Xizt on the angle from Car. Great position. Will he be susceptible though to losing his life? Those Deagles are very dangerous, and here you go the tease.
So the first frag going the way of NiP, but Fnatic are in a good position to, well, they were in a good position to try and get over to the site and plant the bomb, but that is no longer the case. 3 kills at least with the MP9. That is going to be bank for Get Right on $5,000 now, and they'll come in for the big guns with NiP. So can they hold versus Fnatic? I mean, the gap's reasonably narrow now. Fnatic is still only on 11, and I think that is only with NiP on 7. 5 rounds is a long way away in this situation.
Yeah, it really is. And one thing that has to be mentioned is that Forest is only on 5 kills right now, and usually T-sided does too, is where he really shines. And well, it's time for flusha and KRIMZ to get these entries, just challenging into long, and they completely decimate NiP this is not a good sign right now for the Swedes. Well, the NiP Swedes. They're all Swedes, James. They're all Swedes. Forest, again, only with the 5 kills so far. Very uncommon for him to be doing that poorly frag-wise on Dust 2. And he's got himself Pit for support there towards long with that AWP. Pit very reliable, I must say. And Forest is going to be looking for some information, perhaps. And I like how Fnatic are holding right now. They have time to burn. They put NiP in a position where they're feeling like they need to go for a gamble, either on the info or just on stacking a site. Wouldn't have surprised me if we would have seen NiP stack towards the site, but they're going to leave one on B. And Forest is going to try to push Catwalk now for the information, maybe a frag. There are 4 players here. This is dangerous. Here he goes. Well, he's dead. He's dead now.
He definitely is, Dan. And there's nobody dead for Fnatic, so they can stroll. They might not even need smokes anymore to go for this B push. Although it seems they're going to swarm on Pit, the A player. No mercy shown here by Fnatic. Pit down to 50 HP now. How many men can he take with him? There's so many nades, so many members, so many flames. NiP miss on the first test here on the buy rounds for both sides. AWP taken away. What is it that Bane says? Your armory gratefully accepted. 5 rounds for Fnatic ahead of NiP. Back on the buy, but if they lose this one, then they will be in trouble. Friberg reduced to a deagle on a CT side. That is less than spectacular for the CTs.
If I'm not mistaken, James, Bane seems to be a personal hero of yours.
We have a lot in common there.
Well, we have Fnatic now just playing it very slow. Very cautious of aggression. Wow, look how far back they're playing in dark. They're not even in the dark. They're in light, James, looking into the dark. Much like as if they were standing atop the pit of Bane, or whatever the pit was called.
They merely adopted the dark, Dan.
Standing at the top, looking down into the well. Now, what will be produced from the well? A lot of the grenades here used by NiP. They don't have many left now.
You could adapt that flash on short. You can actually do that just standing on the corner. He doesn't need to jerk forward to throw that flash. Just so you know, there's a perfect flash from mid there. So, Fnatic look to breach. There are flashes for this exact position that we see from some teams, but maybe not from Fnatic themselves. Pit trying to do what he can. He's going to get flashed. He can't get around the corner. He's going to get taken down. That is a disaster. Xizt playing around the smoke, but KRIMZ was ready for it. And Xizt has to be careful because obviously he can be shot from the site itself as well. KRIMZ is about to get pincered, about to get sandwiched. But there's not many more plays left. And KRIMZ is having none of it. The Molotov to slow down Xizt, who is the last man standing. They know he's there as well. KRIMZ backing off. KRIMZ shutting Xizt down. And the light at the end of the tunnel appears to get smaller and smaller here for NiP down.
And the battery's running out. So it's just really difficult to see. I mean, the thing is that NiP individually, there are some performances here or there, but again, it's that Forest performance that seems to be very lacking at the moment. Again, it's just so uncharacteristic. You know, usually on a Dust 2, you can very easily see, due to the way that NiP play positionally and so on, Forest on that T side to be ripping people apart with the AWP, tends to be where he'll pick it up, or just generally speaking, and get red as well. But it's not been a big showing there today, and Fnatic very confident across every single player individually. Everyone doing their job. They are completely competent, James.
There is a player on suicide. Surely flusha just heard him all go past. I was going to say, because he wasn't even facing the other side. So I was like, does he, he's using cola cans with strings for headphones? But no, he is using, indeed, sponsored equipment, I'm sure. I guess Fnatic gear at this point. I don't know. Whatever it may be. Pit, the last man standing. NiP appear to be headed to the losers bracket.
It does very much look like that, yes. And the thing is, though, whether they face FaZe or mousesports, I really see NiP being in advantage quite heavily against both. I think they have the number of both teams. against FaZe, I think, you know, to some extent, they got very unlucky. But they lost 6 pistol rounds against FaZe. And the matches were very close.
I mean, 6 pistol rounds.
And NiP did look like the better team in that series. So that does seem like it's a bit anomalous, but we'll have to see in how the future goes. Again, FaZe versus Mousesports, I have no idea how to call that one. That's gonna be an interesting series that we have coming next, James. So we shall have NiP trying to stay alive here. There's 1 minute 30 left, James, and they have almost no grenades. Once again, they are suffering heavily on the money, having to make do with very little, and it's a very tough situation to be in on the CT side of Dust too. Fnatic just playing a very simple hold style to begin with. Now they're starting to walk out mid and see what they can get. There's actually 3 players in the vicinity, potentially at least 2 on a crossfire. So this could be quite good here for NiP if they're able to hit these shots. An AWP would be great here, but they don't have one. They have to get it done with rifles. That's the molly that I want to see more of.
Pit moved back as well, so I don't know if he was expecting that or what he was trying to do. The spray coming through as well. He's going to take down Dennis at the very least, get right, holds down wenton, so there's a man advantage for Fnatic, but the B bomb site has been cleared out. We have the players moving over. So we're going to have a 3 versus 3 retake, and we have JW in suicide, waiting for the CTs to cross here. So if anybody tries to go through that door, he may be in trouble. JW announces his presence, and NiP will have to move quickly before that flank comes in. KRIMZ blind, but he's behind the door, and the crossfire is working out so far. 1 player left now for both sides. JW outside the site. Pit doesn't have time to go for the hero defuse. He does not have a defuse kit for starters. JW coming in from the window now. Is he willing to peek though? Seems to have a read on Pit going through the door. Free fire comes in as well, but Pit will get the frag. Does he have enough time to defuse the bomb? He's got no kit, and I don't know if he's got time.
I don't think it's happening, James. I don't think this is happening.
He's got it. He's got it. He's definitely got it down. As soon as he said that, it was guaranteed.
The jinx.
It's really hard to read with the new bomb timer.
Yeah,
because you're just like, after playing for years.
In 1.6, I just always knew it because it went in 5-second increments. So you just always knew. It's very easy, I gotta say. By the way, that reminds me of something else I remembered. I missed the sound when 2 players shoot the AWP at like the same time, and it would make this like different sound, and it was so satisfying.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't think I've heard that in Go, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's probably.
Is it in Go? I don't think it is.
No, I guess it was a system or something. Anyway. NiP not letting go of this just yet, but Get Right's caught spamming the nades, and there's nobody else in B. The bomb's not far behind. He's the 3rd player moving in. Forrest goes for a peek, and he'll be punished for doing so. That is a painful start after a desperate win, thanks to Pit in the previous round. Speaking of, JW goes down, and again we have a long flank as well from Fnatic. They've only got 2 players on the B bomb site here, but flusha's in a very dangerous position in lower. I can't get the Molotov out in time though, but there's KRIMZ, the unexpected one up top.
And we get a trades, refrags. But the bomb is ticking away, and the nades are sailing in. So how can they possibly enter the site? They're just going to have to charge through. That's what Friberg's going to do, try to get the entry. It's not going to happen though. Pit in the 1 versus 2. Saw some nutty stuff from him yesterday, but not this time around. Fnatic with the round. There's the wall bang from Dennis. And that's going to be 15-8. Match point now has been discovered by Fnatic as we check out this glorious replay. Delicious. Delicious frags have been had, James. But I'm still hungry.
Well, there is yet more opportunity for more delicious frags, Dan. Fnatic, if they can make double the score of NiP, then they will take the match. What's the map? That's a perfect snap by JW. Absolutely brutal. And NiP are getting taken down in savage form. And what could be the last round of this match. Xizt has picked himself up an AK, trying to find anything, something. Stuck behind the smoke, susceptible. JW could take him down through the smoke as well. He's lost half his life. Fnatic biding their time, looking firmly in control.
Control is firm, James. It's incredibly firm. We have JW with another AWP frag here. Beautiful start. Oh, just barely missing that one. Looked pretty guaranteed that, in fact, he had it lined up. but it will be only 3 kills for JW in the end. He's done enough work, though, for his team to clean up, surely, although Friberg picks up an AK, and Friberg has been pretty baller in this series so far with this AK. The spray comes out. Friberg, what a beautiful couple kills from him, although he will get traded by wenton, and wenton with the spray, the flick to long, and that will be that. 16-8, Fnatic will be moving forward, but they will be sending NiP to the losers brackets. Who will they meet? That is a question to be answered a little bit later. But guys, initial impressions here on this matchup. As we've got Janko back here. So welcome back, Janko. Initial impressions.
Thank you, Dan. Well, obviously, I have no idea what I'm talking about because NiP this time around, they win both pistols and proceed to lose 16-8. Of course, why not? They only win 2 gun rounds in the whole game. But yeah, I'm not sure if this is the case, but you couldn't see threat in the coach position when you open the scoreboard. Now, I think that whenever there's a coach, they take priority in the scoreboard over other spectators. So it would be weird for him to leave mid-series, but we can't know for sure. But what was apparent is in NiP's play that they were really impatient at times, didn't take it as slowly as they usually do in anti-ecos, and we saw it yet again. They lose around to pistols, which proved to be detrimental for them. After that, JW had a great mid-peak, gave advantage to his team, and NiP, after losing that round as well, they were forced to eco, and that really gave the control of the first half to Fnatic, who were playing extremely well all around. Individually, has to be said that the fuse through the smoke also was painful, so to speak, but then again, switching sides as well, NiP wins the pistol again, but Fnatic just has no problem coming right back into the game.
And as far as individual performances go, I'm not sure where Forrest ended up, but I only saw like 5 frags on him when we were in like a few rounds into the CT side. And usually, again, as I said in the cast, usually one of the highlights for me is Forrest AWPing, just ripping heads off with that AWP on the T side, just generally having a big impact there. He wasn't really on the server, it seems.
And actually, there was that diffuse round, but there was another round where NiP, I think, was initially 4v3. Then it came down, I think, into a 2v2, and Xizt was in the bomb side, Forrest was towards Cat, and he was holding an angle, waiting for a shot, and a player comes his way, he misses it. Xizt is left pinched in the bomb site, and NiP loses that round as well. There have been a couple of close rounds, but it was more of a case that it didn't seem that NiP was on point, right? They did have advantages in those rounds, but they couldn't convert them into actual round wins. So great job from Fnatic to grind through and get the win in this one. And we were talking about how this is their map pick. They're clearly strong on this map, and if it weren't for those pistol round wins for NiP, this would have been a complete blowout for Fnatic.
Yeah, James, I mean, any quick thoughts from you on that series? Again, it's definitely shocking in how it, I mean, the result maybe not too shocking, but in how it happened, definitely a little bit surprising.
I'm just happy with how strong Fnatic look. Obviously, with a sub, it's great to see, and as Janko said, it's one of the, if not the most competitive time in CSGO at present, and the fact that Fnatic can still take maps 2-0 off the likes of NiP is fantastic to see going forward. So that's really good to see, basically. Yeah,
and Fnatic, they will be able to secure themselves that winner bracket spots. Just one more forwards, just one more best of 3 they need to win, either against mousesports or FaCe, which will be up later, and they'll be secured for the finals. And you can go and secure your tickets for the finals at Wembley, at the Wembley Arena, over at wembley.csgoleague.com. Tickets as cheap as £15 for both days on the June 25th and 26th. So make sure to check out the different packages, as there are many packages over on the link below. So otherwise, it'll be a bit of a wait here. Then we'll be moving into mousesports and FaZe, which is the next matchup, and that will decide who will play Fnatic, who will play NiP. I can't wait. We'll see you soon.